Well, I just love all of the mentions of peace that have been brought up here so far. God knows we need it. But that's a lot of the part of my talk. So let's get started. Peace plus love equals joy. What a simplistic title. I submitted this title back when, maybe a month or two. It was kind of catchy. The symbolism made sense. And that's what was happening in my own soul. But now I have to pull it apart and tell all of you about that. So, how does that symbolism all make sense? It all started with peace, a personal quest. Of course, I had found peace in my soul throughout my life, on special days, on holidays, things I did with friends and family. I felt peace with my friends at times. I felt peace at the time of my accomplishments, the highlights of my life, as well as when I was with friends at work, making something that would really fly. Well, in the last few years, I've just really wanted to find a peace that was ongoing inside of me, part of my soul, if you will. With last month happening, with the last few years, with the wars we're having on earth, I was really wishing for peace, praying for peace. I was looking for peace on demand, if you will. Now, I knew intuitively it could be found inside me. I fully believed that. But I had to find how to make that in myself. So there were a lot of teachings that helped me. In the writings of Buddhism, we find, what would you say, the picture. We find the picture that the mind is like the sky. Thoughts are like the clouds. We can hear them, the clouds if they rain or if there's thunder coming down. We can see the clouds. But there is no need to react to them. If we notice the clouds, the nature of clouds, we see that they just come and go. Under the clouds, we feel the result of them, but choosing peace under the dynamic of the changing clouds can make calm. And as we create calm, peace just comes. I don't want to finish this sermon without saying that Buddha taught meditation, and he stressed the breathing meditation, noticing that thoughts come and go like the clouds, but taking the time to just find calm within oneself is so important. Calm is to be practiced and developed so that in everyday chaos, panic will not get a hold of us. If we watch those clouds, if you will, we will not allow them to make us think it will always be a cloudy day. It will not always be raining. I think that we are very easily tempted into the panic and chaos because we are socialized to it. People we see do react. Many of us human beings react to our present world with panic, fear, and war, quite frankly. I'm someone that's had a class full of children for my job. And you see that when there's just people together, they are prone to come up with fear, which leads to hate and fighting. And yeah, kids, small children in our society have watched the adults react to what our world is, and they have learned instinctively, unfortunately, to go into a mode of fear and fighting. Well, the next part of the equation, peace plus love equals joy, comes with love. We are taught that love is a feeling, like those warm fuzzies we get after someone gives us a gift, or after someone that we love says, "I love you," or even that loving feeling that we are told we find in a cozy blanket by the fireplace, or looking at a Christmas tree lights with all the other lights turned down. Well, that was my feeling because I wished for the Christmas spirit year-round when I was a child. And I would make some time, and became my tradition, to wait till everyone else was gone from the living room, turn out all the lights, and look at the Christmas tree. That brought me so much peace as a child. But now I realize that that was not something that just happened. That was something that happened because my parents loved us and they made it happen for us. They worked so hard. So when we think of a child looking at the Christmas tree, what caused that? I think the word is love. What can cause peace, love, and a lot of feelings? Yes, we get a lot of feelings like love, which is love, but it comes down to the action word of love. In the Jewish faith, there's a word worth knowing, and it's mitzvah. Mitzvah is an action verb, which is not done for any hope of recognition nor reward. It is a kindness done because the kindness needs doing. That good needs doing. I read a wonderful story this week, and I want to share it with you. There was once a Jewish man by the name of Levi. His family was large. They lived in Bavaria in Germany. And his father passed away, and he was the eldest son. So it was his responsibility to provide for his whole family. And the way he did this was by becoming a peddler or a cartier. He didn't push around a cart, but he strapped on his back 50 pounds worth of things people need around the house in the 1800s. It was 50 pounds. And then he strapped another 50-pound one on the front of him. And he walked and walked and walked, village to village, path to path, meeting people and hoping that he had the sundries that they needed. Well, it worked well until many people in Germany took up that profession. And he found he wasn't selling things like he needed to. So he decided that he and his family, this teenager of a Levi, to go to USA. And they went to San Francisco, and there he continued to make a living as a peddler. Now, he had to walk a long ways, and I think that might have been tiring him. But actually, he was having lunch one day, and a miner came and sat down by him. And he had been selling a lot of his sundries to the miners, but that miner didn't need anything on his pack, nothing at all. And so he said to Levi, "What I could really use is a very strong pair of pants, a pair of pants that won't rip and tear when I'm working." And Levi said, "I can do that." And he knew he could because he already sold great bolts of cloth of white canvas, because in that day, the men would make their own tents out of canvas. And it was a needed sundry, if you will. Well, he knew a man who was a tailor. And so he measured the miner's pant size, and he took his canvas to a tailor, and he got those pants made pronto. He brought those pants back to the miner, and he was so pleased. You can't imagine. Oh, these were thick canvas pants that hadn't been seen before. And he gave that man $6. Now, $6 made his pants worth a lot of money. And so he put more of his canvas into making pants. And this tailor worked with him, and they went on and on. He even sold his pants to a servicer in New York City. And he had canvas there, and he would make the pants with a tailor and send even more pants out to San Francisco, where Levi was. Well, a problem came up, though. In New York, the dealer was told that the pants weren't quite durable enough, that the pockets came apart. And so he decided on the edge of each pocket and each rear pocket, he would put rivets, copper rivets. And oh my gosh, these pants with rivets had to be sewn with something special so that people would notice them. And that servicer decided to sew them in orange thread. Oh, they looked like fine pants. And they were selling out east and in San Francisco, in the villages all around. And finally, within a few years, Levi had enough money to open a store in San Francisco. And there he sold Levi's. And he became famous because his pants were so very in demand. He became a very rich man. And with his riches, he had all kind of benevolent institutions and even poor clans of people. They inherited his wealth. All because Levi had an idea, and he made that into a mitzvah after a mitzvah. I'm sure by now you have recognized the pants, and maybe you've even bought one or two in your lifetime. But I thought it was an amazing thing. So back to my simple equation again. Peace plus love equals joy. Now, how does the joy come? As I see it, peace, true peace that we can create amongst ourselves, our birthright, as Rob stated. I have felt that for many years, Rob. That peace is made from working within ourselves so that we can have a sound, steady place from which to do our love. Our mitzvahs, if you will. This kind of love doesn't need recognition or adulation. It doesn't need reward. The love might be hard, it might be easy. It makes no difference. Love is love, wherever it is. Doing the love is all that's required. And I can't help but remember this poem or prayer, if you will. Let me be an instrument of love. Where there is hatred, let me so love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. So here we have our peace. We do our love, and the result is joy. And this is the part that is not trite. When you feel joy, you know it. There is no mistake. But here's the thing, the joy doesn't come right away always. It's not a matter of timing or getting it just right. Joy comes in her own way, in her own terms. But joy is real. Joy is not a thing you can go looking for. It is not something you orchestrate. But that is exactly why joy is so precious. Peace on her own is a wonderful place to be. Loving others is fulfilling in itself. So the road to joy is a journey with Spirit through and through. It's your choice. Enjoy your journey. I recommend it. And now it's your turn. By the way, there was a misquote in this talk. Can any of you name it? Just for fun. Oh, what's the misquote? Well, the beginning of the prayer of St. Francis. Make me an instrument of your peace. And it came to me as love at the time. But yes, it's peace.